Europe as a continent and the European Union as a governmental formation are doing more than almost anybody else to keep the Paris Agreement alive. The carbon border tax is, I think, a brilliant idea to use the purchasing power of Europe to say you might want to turn away from Paris Accord, but then you will pay for it through your taxes.
Can Europe become world's first climate-neutral continent?
Yes, I think it absolutely can, and I think more so than any other continent, Europe is on its way. We are talking today about how to realize the European Green Deal. The outline is already out there. The question is how fast we can get there. First of all, I think we have to fully engage the private sector, industry, to really have a circular economy that works. We have to engage consumers. The issue for the environment is people living with things that they use once and throw away. In the private sector, we need to look at people and livelihoods. On the public sector, we have to look at incentives. So, all these single-use plastics, the price of those things doesn't reflect the cost of getting rid of this plastic. So I think that government has a role to address the financial incentives to make it required that industry address these things. It's a question also of the strength of those governments. Some of them are politically fragile. Some of them are really lacking in administrative capacity. Then, of course, you have the reliance on the tax receipts from those traditional industries and the fact that they are big employers. On the other hand, I see, particularly in places like the Western Balkans, but also in a country like Romania, that there is more strength in many instances in the local administration than on the national level.
How much has the Fridays for Futures movement impacted the pace of the EU reforms?
Engaging youth has been so important because, frankly, these are the people who have to live with the consequences, and the fact that they start to raise their voices makes the sort of adults in the room have to stop and listen, take stock, and look at newer and faster solutions.